Hey everybody, it's Tyler J again. Today I'm over at Richfield Heritage Preserve, fishing Lake Linnea, Linnea. It's a catch and release fishing pond. I fished it once last year, caught a couple of decent bluegill. They're swarming the bank right now. Just as far as I can see, there's probably at least 60 bluegill. I've got my chicken, I've got Nightcrawlers, I've got some time. It's a beautiful day. Let's see what we can catch. Stick around. Here we have the lake rules, fishing rules. As you can see, it's catch and release only. The lake rules: watercraft are permitted Memorial Day through Labor Day during normal park hours. Motorized watercraft is prohibited. Watercraft must be placed by hand in the water and only in designated areas. Vehicles must stay on defined roads and parking areas, even when loading and unloading watercraft. Ohio watercraft license required. Adhere to state boating and fishing regulations. No alcoholic beverages, littering, swimming, jumping, or diving. Help stop the spread of aquatic nuisance species by cleaning all vegetation and mud from boats, clothing, and footwear before departure. Failure to follow park rules and state of Ohio boating laws may result in the loss of lake privileges and possible criminal prosecution. Fishing rules. An Ohio fishing license is required for ages 16 and older. Prohibited fishing equipment includes traps, spears, gigs, bows, and arrows, and any form of unattended hooks. Do not release any bait. Collecting reptiles or amphibians is prohibited. Please clean up all trash and line filament. All state rules and regulations apply. Fishing is permitted during normal park hours. If you can see all these swirls right here, that's those bluegill just running wild. But this is the lake I'm fishing today. Let's see what happens. I don't know how well you can see this. There are bluegill literally all over the place right here by the bank. Now, obviously, the fishing isn't going to be this easy every time you go. But when you can literally let it hit the water and catch a fish, it's bound to be a pretty good day. At least a good way to kill some time. Number 3, nice another little bluegill. Stick around, folks. I'm hoping there's more to come, but if not, I'm not going to bore you to death with the bluegill. So, and number 4. Absolutely gorgeous. Not as brightly colored, but still very healthy, clean, decent sized. I mean, They are just swarming everywhere. This is unreal. You may have noticed the other rod here. I've got a piece of my garlic Kool-Aid chicken because I've heard there's catfish in here, but we'll see. Stick around, folks. It's bound to be interesting at some point. While I was watching them swim around right here, I got to noticing that they're protecting beds like 2 feet off the bank. This colorful little guy caught my attention. Now, I don't believe that it's a pumpkin seed, but it's not a full-fledged bluegill either. I believe this is a hybrid between a pumpkin seed and bluegill. But I hope these colors, come back here. I hope these colors are coming through on the video because they are absolutely magnificent in person. And right back to his bed. Nope, he bypassed his bed. I spooked him for a minute when I caught him. But this big cleared out dish right out here is right out there is the bed that he's protecting. There's another nice colorful one. Yeah, I seriously suspect there's hybridization going on because this one has the come back here. The red ear flap, the streaks on the gill plates. My apologies, folks. Orange spots throughout the body. I'm not 100% certain on what that is, but I believe it is a hybrid of sorts. Either way, beautiful fish, beautiful golden belly. Let's turn it loose. Okay, that one may actually be a pumpkin seed. I'm not 100% certain. But these colors and patterns on these fish, they're absolutely breathtaking. A lot of people don't get to experience this because they don't fish places like these. They don't get out and make an adventure out of it. But absolutely beautiful either way. And back into the depths. Now that's just your standard bluegill, folks. Orange belly, blue gill plate, black ear flap, olive color, and a dark spot at the base of the dorsal fin. I don't know if it's really coming through there, but pretty little thing. Aggressive. And let him swim. Now I'm trying to catch one specific bluegill right here. Well, I say bluegill, I'm not certain that he's full-blooded bluegill either, but he is extremely colorful, and he's on a nest right there. However, he's not showing much interest in the worm. Let me get that bobber a little closer to the bait so that it suspends right in his nest. He won't be able to take it. Oh, he's swimming all around it. try it again. Oh, it's right in front of his face, folks. He is just staring it down because he felt the hook once. So he's afraid of it. But at the same time, it's in his nest. It's going to drive him nuts. Well, he's running that other bluegill off, but he's not worried about my bait. So, let's just drop it in this nest and see what happens. Well, he may have gotten wise to it because he's not taking an interest either. Now, what about you? Are you interested? No? Everybody finally learning their lesson? Well, what about out there? Nope. Still lessons to be taught there. And there it went. Oh, they are all around that worm. They're not sure about it because that water's so clear they can see me and they can see that bobber. And that one took it. Yes, folks, sometimes it is really that easy. Deep copper color on the breast of this one. Nice blue flaps on the gill, a little bit of violet and blue throughout the underbelly and side. Nature is beautiful. And come on, you're back in the water. And off you go. There we go. Bye-bye. Stick around, folks. I'm sure there's lots more to come. There was an older gentleman, and I'm assuming it was his grandson, that were up here on the dock while I was over on the beach area, which is the canoe and kayak launch. I moved up here. This water is considerably deeper. A lot more vegetation and cover. I got a good feeling, folks. Stay tuned and let's see what happens. I think that. Alright, that's better. Well, almost better. You can still see the top of my head, but that's not going to do you much good. Try this again. Alright, folks. Hope you can hear me okay. Hope you can see me alright. Got to stay hydrated on these 80+ degree days when you're out in the sun. Alright. Here I have my Kool-Aid garlic chicken. Weightless, 6-pound mono, and I believe an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. We're just gonna toss it right over there. fixing our drag up so that it works as a bite alert. While we adjust our bobber to roughly a foot above our Nightcrawler. And start pitching toward these downed trees over here. See what happens. Oop, something happened already. Alright, they didn't get all the bait, so try that again. We got that one, folks. What do we got? Give me a decent little fight. Got a decent little bluegill. Very decent little bluegill. There it is, folks. Nice, pretty little bluegill. I hope it's showing up okay. Take a slack up on this other one. There we go. And although that's all the bait we have left on this hook, I'm going to catch a fish with it, because that's how I roll. Speaking of how I roll, hang on, I may be fixing to catch a fish. I may be fixing to catch two fish. Nice solid bluegill here. And something is playing with my chicken. All right. Just that little bit of bait right there, folks. Still more than enough to entice a fish. Ooh, that feels a little bit better. Just that attitude. But my, oh my, at the colors. Look at how beautiful that one is, folks. Beautiful copper color on the breast, well-defined black ear flap, lavender and blue running through it, that iridescence along the belly edge. They don't get much prettier than that, even though they do get bigger. Gotta love it, folks. Gotta love it. Stick around. I tell you, folks, I've got to give thanks to my mama and daddy. They instilled a love of fishing in me early on in life. I don't think either of them realized the level of madness that I would achieve. But, you know, I would much rather have this life than one spent full of computer games and video games and electronics and artificial stimulation. Nothing, in my opinion, can match the thrill of coming out into nature, as scary as that may be for some people. Kicking back on the edge of a pond or creek or stream, never knowing what might happen with the very next cast, and pitting yourself against the fish that call those waters home. It can be a challenge at times. Other times it can be like shooting fish in a barrel. But it's fun all the time. I really encourage you to get out and try it, folks. But if it's not for you, it's not for you. Woohoo! But honestly, folks, could you say no to that cute little face? I'm Tyler J. We're having a blast. Stick around. Although it's not nearly as brightly colored as some of the others, there's definitely a better specimen as far as size goes. Little number 6 bait holder, piece of Nightcrawler, no weight, no bobber. Just pitching it out and letting it slow fall. Let's see if we can give you another example here. Well, that one hit right off the rip as soon as it hit the surface. Another beautiful little bluegill. And I realized I forgot to flip the camera around just now. I apologize for that. Let's try that again so you can actually see. That was entirely my bad, folks. I do apologize. Worm's getting a little strung out. It was getting pulled off the hook and eaten to death. But, as I said, little piece of Nightcrawler on a number 6 hook. No weight, no bobber. Just pitch. And watch where your line meets the surface and wait for it to take off like that one did. That one also got tangled in my other line for just a minute. So there it is, folks. Beautiful North American bluegill. Life really is great, folks. No matter how bad things seem, no matter how dark the days are, no matter how bad the storms in your head may be, life is worth living, and living every day. Stay tuned, folks. One of my favorite go-to lures for ponds and small creeks from early summer through late fall. I know a lot of people are going to say it. It's the Rebel Crick Hopper. This is the natural brown. On my 6-pound test Ozark Trail combo. I want to show you just how effective it can be. As soon as I get my camera situated here. I hope you can still see and hear okay. Ran into some vegetation that way. Folks, I'm glad you stuck around. Disappointing. Majorly. Wow, that was a hard hit. Demolished that piece of chicken breast. That may be a good sign. I don't know if you could hear the drag when it took off or not, but there we go. Let's try that again. Rig us up another piece of chicken there. Make sure to leave plenty of point exposed. Pitch it right back out there. Now back to the crick hopper demonstration here. While we wait to see if anything comes of that. I told you there was bound to be some excitement at some point, folks. Well, that absolutely got my heart going. Because if that wasn't a fish, that was a good sized turtle. And if that was a fish, it acted like a pretty nice one. Only one way to tell, folks. Stick around and stay tuned. We'll be back. Well, folks, life is full of surprises. I'm hoping you saw the hit on the chicken breast a little while ago. Well, something took off with it again, and I actually landed it. It's not a catfish. It's not a turtle. This is a first for me. Yes, that's a largemouth bass, folks, who decided to eat the chicken breast. You never know what you'll catch. Hang tight and we'll be right back. Alright, folks, since I had to give up my hook to that bass, I thought I'd take a minute to try to show you how I rig it, or how I tie my hook. Got some weak spots in my line here. I don't need to risk that. Put that line in my pocket. All right. I just do a simple snell knot. You got your circle hook here. You got your line. You just want to run it through the front of the eye, the side where the point is. I hope you can see that. Pull you a decent little piece through. Grab a hold of it toward the base of the hook. Tag end, hook, pinch point. And you're just going to take your tag end and wrap it around the shank of your hook about 5, 6, maybe 7 times. Then when you've got it wrapped around, you're going to come down here where you formed this loop, where you pinched it. Run it through the loop, well, there we go, and moisten it pull it tight. Simple as that, folks. There's a snelled circle hook, ready to go do what it was designed to do. Just clip your tag in. And that hook ain't going nowhere. Ready for bait and ready for a fish. Well, we're going to close out another day here. Thank you for tuning in from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me to know that you're enjoying my videos. Hopefully you learned something, were entertained, had a laugh. I hope you enjoyed the content. Feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you'd like to see. For now, this is Tyler J. Take care and tight lines. Love you all.